Bitcoin's trajectory looks intact, but December's jump to 100K? Unlikely, say analysts. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is down 5%, 5.5% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 53,778. What has happened to the Bitcoin price? Martine Wismayer asked before the show, and now we bring on Mad Bitcoins to give us the answer. What happened to the Bitcoin price?
Into the limo, you son of a bitch! No arguments!
Fuck, man, there's a beverage here!
Start talking and start talking fast, you lousy bum!
We've been frantically trying to reach you, Mad.
Where's my goddamn Bitcoin price, you bum?
Well, I don't know.
They did not receive the Bitcoin, you nitwit. They did not receive the goddamn Bitcoin. The price was in your hands.
That is our concern, Mad. No, man. Nothing is fucked here.
Nothing is fucked? The goddamn plane has crashed into the mountain.
Come on, man. Who are you gonna believe? Those guys? We dropped off the damn Bitcoin.
What?
The royal we, you know, the editorial. I dropped off the Bitcoin exactly as per. Look, I've got certain information. Certain things have come to light, and has it ever occurred to you, man, that given the nature of all this new shit, that instead of selling and losing our heads, maybe we should be buying and holding? Maybe we'll just end up with more Bitcoin in the long run, and this whole thing might not just be so, so simple, you know?
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
I'll tell you what I'm blathering about. I've got information. New shit has come to light, and shit, man. Bitcoin is really fucking cool in the long run. Well, look at it. Young digital currency. I mean, in the parlance of our times, owes Bitcoin all over town, including to known cryptographers, and that's cool. That's cool. But I'm saying the price needs buyers. And of course they're going to buy when you're sleeping because they want more, man. They've got to buy more Bitcoin. I mean, hasn't that ever occurred to you, sir?
No, Mr. Bitcoins, that had not occurred to me.
That had not occurred to us, Mad. Well, okay, you're not privy to all the new shit, so, that's what you pay me for. So speaking of which, would it be possible for me to get my 20 grand in Bitcoin? Because I've got to check with my accountant on this, but my concern is that, it could bump me up into a higher tax.
Brant, give him the envelope.
Well, okay, if you've already made out the paper wallet. We received it this morning.
Since you have failed to achieve, even in the modest task that was your charge, since you have reduced the price of Bitcoin, and since you have unrepentantly betrayed my cryptographic proof of work, I have no choice but to tell these bums that they should do whatever is necessary to recover their Bitcoin from you, Mad Bitcoins, and, with Brant as my witness, I shall tell you this. Any further harm visited upon Bitcoin shall be visited tenfold upon your wallet. By God, sir, I cannot abide another price drop.
You will not abide another price drop. Ben Ark, what happened to the price of Bitcoin, our beautiful, beautiful Bitcoin price?
I want to know what happened to Mad Bitcoins. I mean, I don't know what happened to that guy. He's seen him in ages. I hope he's okay. I hope he hasn't been wrench attacked. He's probably run off and sit on some beach somewhere with all his fat stacks. Because he had the one and only play, which is buy the Bitcoin, hold the Bitcoin, wait a while, goes up in value, sit on a beach. And then, yeah. It just shows that, all these people who people put stock in for advice on what Bitcoin's price is going to do can be wrong. And everyone thought it was going to go to 100K by the end of the year, including me and a lot of other people. So it's not, it's relatively low considering where it's supposed to be, unless it has a sudden surge. I don't think we're going to hit that 100K, but it doesn't really matter because it's, Bitcoin doesn't work to our human time scale. It works to its block times. So within a short period of time, it will hit 100K, of course. And then people can finally take those annoying laser eye pictures off their Twitter profiles, or change something else perhaps. But yeah, so it's just a matter of time. It'll get there with all the incredible work which is happening in Bitcoin at the moment, with the El Salvador stuff which has been happening over the past few months. All these real world use cases, which is helping build Bitcoin and the Bitcoin infrastructure out, and all these solutions which are suddenly being used by, you know, big corporations, and they've got their eyes on Bitcoin, and all the great news of people finally, like the Bank of America, finally accepting Bitcoin as an important part of our future financial system. We'll get there, but not by the end of the year, sadly.
Ben says it doesn't matter, but what am I going to do with all these Plan B t-shirts, these Plan B hats, the Plan B scarves and neckerchiefs and caps? I've bought them all. Dan, Eve, the price of Bitcoin's going down. Does it matter?
No. And, you know, what goes up must come down at some point. But just a kind of reminder that in 2017, so Bitcoin started December at 11K, peaked at 19.5K, and then finished at 14.2. So that's like it nearly doubled, right? So and if Bitcoin was to, and then in 2020 it started December in 18.8K, and it did double to 40.8K, and then ended at 29K. So it's not actually too unrealistic for it to pump and hit 100, right? It's still under 100% from here, like to hit 100K. So whilst it's not completely gone that prediction. Just a reminder about, you know, the analysts say thing. I just can't take it seriously anymore. It's akin to. For me, it's akin to like those articles that like say scientists baffled by, because some scientists are always baffled by something. Like for example, well, like even analysts and scientists alike have said that electricity would never catch on, that internet wouldn't catch on, and they, you know, they've been saying it for years that Bitcoin would never catch on, and it's here now. They said it, I'm sure they were saying it definitely at September 18th, 2014, which is when your Mad Bitcoins clip was. And the price was $424. So it's what, like 100 times that now? It's more than 100 times that price. So there's probably going to be people saying when it is over $100, that it's not going to catch on, and it won't reach 200K, but it will reach 200K eventually. But Bitcoin's a meme, right? And it's very it's powered by memes. You know, it's got a very emotional sort of trading pattern to it, and people freak out and completely dump their Bitcoin when at the first sign of panic, and then the first sign of buying. You know, the community kind of clubs together, and you have this laser eye stuff, and it memes Bitcoin's price into another level. So although it may not hit 100K like in December, I think it's definitely going to hit it. And just want to go all the way back to 2001. Another reason why analysts say is a really silly thing. Richard Wiseman did an experiment where he had a child, an astrologer, and an expert, and they were predicting stocks. And Tia Laverne Roberts, the 4-year-old child, was only down £11. So this was just after the .com, just the .com sort of boom, and things were kind of on the decline. So Tia Laverne Roberts, the 4-year-old, was only down £11. The astrologer was down £294, and the expert was down £178. So the expert, the analyst, was the middle worst person. And so if you want to get information about whether Bitcoin's going to hit 100K, ask a 4-year-old.
I'd also like to ask everybody watching now to give us a thumbs up. There's about 14 people watching. If you all gave us thumbs up, that would confuse the YouTube algorithm. It would have no choice but to recommend us. Now, Josh, I'm looking at my script here. It says that there are triangles. It's the end of the year. Everyone's buying Christmas presents, but still we expect a whole bunch of buyers to come in and buy Bitcoin, because this Plan B guy said we should put laser eyes on our profiles and that the triangles will work. Josh, it dipped out of the triangles. I made bigger, wider triangles. Can they make a triangle wide enough to solve our problem?
But the thing is about any sort of triangles or any TA, technical analysis, is not to determine that something will happen. The way you do technical analysis is to say that there's a probability of about a 1% deviation to the upside or the downside. And over time, you average out your losses, hopefully to the upside. And that's kind of how technical analysis works. You look over the history and you think, oh, you know, there's psychological barriers and ups and downs. But let's just take a moment to appreciate the Big Lebowski sketch at the start of this section. Fantastic stuff, super cool. I really miss those movie parodies that you used to do, Thomas. There was just wonderful stuff back in 2014. And you know, you putting that up there now really shows that us old schoolers have seen this constantly over and over and over again. And we talk about it in this show over and over again. Don't focus on the price, focus on building. If you're out there and you're keen on crypto, build something fun. Or if you're just in it for buying, then buy that dip. If you don't have any liquidity for the dip, then hodl. It's just a matter of time. You know, sometimes obviously you need to pay for things and life takes over, but don't stress. Things will head back up. What goes up must also come down a little bit when it overshoots, but it finds a price. Bitcoin is in a price discovery system, a mechanism, and gold has had 5,000 years of this, and Bitcoin has had, you know, since 2009. So it's one of these things. Just hold tight, you'll be right.